If you're running lead form ads on Facebook, my condolences, because that probably means you're getting crappy leads who don't answer your calls, or if they do, have no idea who you are or what you do, and I bet they are certainly not converting into sales. My name's Conlin-Hurd. I've launched over 600 Facebook ad funnels in over 120 niches, and my agency, Persuasion Experience, specializes in profitably scaling paid ads for 7- and 8-figure businesses to get them qualified leads. And today, team, let's talk about public enemy number one, Facebook lead form ads. What are they? How are they hurting your business? And what should you do instead? So basically, there are 4 types of ways to capture leads from your Facebook ads. 1 is via your landing page or website form, 2, DM funnel, 3, the click to call, and 4, the lead form ad. Now, according to HubSpot, the sales pitch for these lead form ads is that they allow users to stay on the platform while completing and submitting your lead form. What does this mean? Well, it means you can create a form that collects a lead's name, email address, or phone number, among other things, that they can complete all of that info exactly when they come across your ad. Now, 2 of the clients who have joined us at Persuasion Experience this month, their previous agencies were running lead form ads for them. One of the clients was spending $80K a month. So I hear things like this all of the time from clients and other agencies, right? We're getting our clients over 1,000 leads a month at just $6 CPL. But once we dig deeper, audit the account properly and run the numbers, we realize these big metrics aren't actually making a positive impact in the company's P&L. And personally, as a business owner, I can't think of anything worse than flooding my sales team with thousands of leads who aren't qualified, don't answer the phone, and haven't been pre-framed to see us as an authority. It's a total waste of this sales team's time. Why? Because the thing is, I don't want leads, I want buyers. So let's take a look at the numbers. Let's say I had a business that wanted 20 new clients this month, and I decided to run lead form ads. So let's look at the sheet. We want to get 20 new clients. Let's just say your average retainer is 5K, whatever. Now, if we're doing lead form ads, maybe the total calls, so that's the total show up rate or the amount you can actually get on the phone, is 40%. And out of them, maybe 30% are a good fit. And if you're running lead form ads, these numbers probably sound pretty familiar. Maybe you still send out 90% of proposals and your sales team can close at 30%. That means we have to get 617 leads and your sales team has to work 617 leads. Now, let's look at a better reality, right? Let's say that we have a better offer, better positioning, better messaging, better landing page, which I'm going to talk about later. And then we are actually getting, we'll still be conservative, a 70% show up rate or contactable, right? That has now brought it down to 353 leads. Okay, now let's say that because we have a better offer, better messaging, better positioning, and we're pre-framing better, not just sending traffic to a form with no friction, that's a good fit. Let's just make it 40%. It's not that much better, right? We still send out that and the sales team still converts at 30%. Well, now our leads volume has dramatically dropped to 265. And you can keep fixing these levers, right? So you can keep improving these things. Basically, your marketing, your Facebook ads, whatever, it's just a game of psychology and economics. And if you can get both of those things right, then we can power it up with technology. Now, I know there are going to be some media buyers who disagree with me and say that you can have things like conditional logic in the form and connect to the CRM, blah, blah, blah. But honestly, every account we audit or take over running lead form ads, it just is a lazy approach. There's no strategy to it. And sure, there are businesses out there getting results with lead forms, but their results could be way better. And I'm going to show you how in just a second. First, it's important to understand in lead generation, there are 2 levers we can pull: quality and quantity. It's not one or the other, but you need to understand your business's goals and sales capacity. For example, one of our 8-figure clients in the health space needed more lead volume in Q2 to appease their CEO. We told them their lead quality would be dramatically worse if we did lead forms. Didn't matter. They had lead numbers to hit and they wanted us to run the lead forms to hit those numbers. And yeah, cool, we got them hundreds of cheap leads at a really low CPL compared to the other campaigns. But they weren't high quality and they had a much lower close rate than the ones that we were sending through lead magnets or landing pages. So what's the takeaway here? Well, friction can be a good thing. And most marketers will hate this, but the sales process starts in your marketing, and good marketing will qualify and disqualify people. So, team, what are some things you can do today if you're running lead form ads? Well, besides just don't do that, the first thing you can do is define what is a lead to you. So let's think. Are you happy with leads that just give you a name, email, and some other info? Genuinely, is that a good lead for you? Maybe you have a big sales team and you're happy for them to spend their time working poorer quality leads. That's totally fine. Or do you want less leads that are hot inbound leads booked in the calendar? Well, that's where I'd recommend a high converting landing page. We make these for our clients and we treat them like a digital appointment setter whose job it is to get qualified leads booked in the calendar. The thing is, the landing page actually educates, qualifies, and persuades people before they fill in the form. For our clients, our pages can convert at 50 to 20% depending on the market, the offer, and the hardcoreness of our qualification on the page, right? Like we don't always want a really high conversion rate because we actually don't want to talk to everybody. Actually, funny story. So one of our clients who's getting like a 20, 21, 22% conversion rate on their landing page from Facebook ads asked us, is that good? And yes, it's very good. People would sell their firstborn son for that. Okay, so the takeaway here is how qualified do you want your leads, and do we need to add some friction in there so we're not just getting a flood of people who are scrolling late at night, eating Cheetos, or randomly filling in forms? Do we want people who are qualified and excited by what we do? Okay, so that's one of the things you can do to improve your results. Next is to optimize your ads for buyers, not leads. And don't solely focus on CPL. For our clients, we're tracking things like CPA and cost to acquire a booked call that actually shows up. Now, ideally, you are tracking CPA because that impacts the P&L. Your CPL doesn't. But lead generation is not like e-commerce where you get instant buyers, right? Some of our clients' lead to sales time can be as long as 6 to 12 months. So we've got to optimize for qualified leads. Now, how can we optimize for qualified leads? Well, we know the key criteria of a qualified lead. We track that into the CRM, we feed that data back to the platform, and then we make sure that we're only scaling the ads that are bringing in the right types of leads and or buyers. The mistake I see marketers and agencies making is optimizing for lead volume and a low CPL. They'll scale an ad because it gets a heap of cheap leads. So what will happen is they'll get a winning ad. It's getting a high volume of leads at a really cheap CPL. The problem is if you're not tracking those leads down the buyer's journey and seeing which ones do sales deem qualified and which ones do actually turn into a sale, then you can start to optimize your ads based off of false positives. So what that might start to look like is your marketers or your agency say, wow, look at us, we're getting all of these leads. And your sales team says, yeah, but they're shit. We can't close them. Now, sometimes sales teams just complain. Oftentimes marketers just tick a box and then they're like, my work here is done, right? So you've got to think of it as a whole system because remember, what are we optimizing for? Money, which means we're optimizing for buyers, not leads, or not trying to close shit leads. That's not what we're trying to do. So what ends up happening is the marketer sees lead volume, low CPL, and they start to scale those ads, which then exacerbates the problem, right? Makes it worse. You just keep getting more bad leads. There have been instances where we have increased a client's CPL, cost per lead. However, those leads were better qualified, higher quality. There was a higher conversion rate and a better ROI on the back end. So that's why it's very dangerous to measure CPL when you're doing lead generation because it doesn't account for low quality leads. Okay, team, and rant over. That is why I think the Facebook ads lead forms need to die in 2025. Now it's time to choose your own adventure. So In my agency persuasion experience, we specialize in getting a predictable, consistent, and scalable flow of qualified leads booked into your calendar. If you're a 7 or 8-figure brand that's ready to scale profitably, you can apply for a free strategy session in the link in the description. Or if you want to DIY it, check out this next video to see how we create $1 million landing pages. See you in the next one.